What's up guys, and welcome back to my channel, and today's video is going to be about what if Naruto was a tailed beast. So I'm going to try and be quiet because my uncle and his friends are here and they're in his room. Even though I am in the living room, you may be able to still hear them, but I'm going to try and keep quiet a little bit, but also try and be loud so you guys can hear me. So yeah, let's get into the video. So I kind of got this idea from a YouTuber, half of it. So yeah. So Naruto. So Naruto, he was kind of, you could say. So when the Ten Tails attack happened, Naruto was made, and Naruto was made by not just the Ten Tails chakra, but also also by but also Kaguya's chakra. I know it's kind of like the same in the anime, but yeah, because like I'll say the God Tree had more, well, how can I say this? It had more chakra than usual this time around. So it had to bring that other half of the chakra somewhere else. So it found another source of chakra, which was Kaguya, and like it's chakra fused, and it made, well, Naruto. As we go to Naruto, as he is a tiny 11-tailed beast. This is basically little tiny Naruto right there, as Naruto is a tiny tailed beast. Naruto is basically, Naruto will be with Hagoromo, as Hagoromo is telling all the Biju their names, and he says, "Your name is Naruto." As Naruto was like, "Okay." This is when Hagoromo says, "All of you are siblings except you, Naruto. I adopted you." Basically, he basically says he adopted Naruto, and because he explains to Naruto the Ten Tails and all that, but the other Biju, all the other Biju, he didn't tell them about it, because if they knew, they'll try and, that if they knew, I guess they'll try and split up, they think that if they get too close to each other, they turn into the Ten Tails or something, because they're kids now, and Hagoromo was telling him that you're not really related to them, so you're going to be the guardian of the tailed beast. Anything that happens to the tailed beast, you will go there, basically. As Naruto is basically nodding his head with everything Hagoromo is telling him. This is when Naruto then go. This is when we have a time skip. Hagoromo has died, and some people are still getting used to chakra. This is when Naruto is in the cave, as Naruto, he is connected to the earth, you could say. He's all around the world. He knows where the tailed beast are, and he knows what's happening to the tailed beast. And right now, some of them are awake, some of them are sleeping. So yeah, Naruto basically is knowing what's happening to the tailed beast. This is when people started to build a village in front of Naruto's cave. As Naruto was fine with this, the people, they didn't know Naruto was in there. They didn't even know that he was a tailed beast. This is when Naruto gets up as when he gets up, he goes outside of the cave. Naruto gets out of the cave as these people, as we go to the people perspective, as they see a giant tailed beast, as Naruto yawns, and they're basically scared. Now, this is when Naruto says, "There is no need to fear humans. As Naruto, his eyes look like, this is what Naruto's eyes look like. They look like this. That that thing, when Naruto is looking at them, it kind of brings fear in their eyes. Hold on. So that's Naruto's eye basically. Naruto is basically scared of them. Well, not Naruto, they're scared of Naruto. This is when, Naruto says he comes in peace, like he's not going to harm you. And they're like kind of skeptical about it. But they're going to see what's going to happen. This is when like a few years pass by, and Naruto, he hasn't hurt them at all, but instead he has protected them. This is when the head of like the village, who is also the head of like this clan, who is powerless. Like they have chakra, but they aren't able to use it. This is when like they start praying to Naruto as a god. Naruto is kind of liking this. This is when this is when over the years like few people come to this village, and like when they do, they like see Naruto as a deity, like as a god. They see Naruto as a god, as they will pray to Naruto. This is when Naruto is looking at the head of a clan member and also the village, as he says, "Human, I have gotten bored, so instead of rampaging through your village, I have decided to give you my power. You people have suffered long enough." As Naruto says to them that I can't always be there to protect you. As they're getting what basically Naruto is saying. So, so this is when like the head of the clan, who sees Naruto as like a god, says, "Then how may you grant us power, great, great beast?" As Naruto says, he will give you his power. This power is called the Ender power. Now I'm getting this like inspiration from a little bit of like Minecraft, I guess. So yeah, they're gonna kind of be Enderman and Enderwoman. So basically, yeah. So this is when Naruto says, "I will oppose oppose you my power of the Ender. This Ender will give you the power to teleport around places, but at the same time, you will be granted the power to when you be granted this power, you will." He basically tells them that your appearance will change as they start to not look like a dragon, but they start to look like this. This is what they look like. As they start with that, as they get that type of look. As the head of this newfound clan says, "Thank you, great wise one. You have bestowed us your power, and we are forever in your gratitude." This is when like another few years pass, as Hagoromo, I mean not Hagoromo, Hashirama and Madara, they still aren't really born yet. So yeah. So they aren't really like born yet. So this is when Naruto is now telling these people who follow him, as he says he will be making a dimension, and if you like, you people can wish to come with me, but if not, then you don't have to. As most of the people, they go with Naruto to this different dimension, as as Naruto called the dimension that he made, he called it the End. As Naruto made creatures. These creatures are called dragons. But hold on, guys. So back to what I was saying, guys. If you didn't hear me, they called these things dragons. As when they did, they made up a different name. Like normally they would call them dragons, but these things are way more powerful than that. They're beyond that. They call them Ender dragons, but they aren't as strong as Naruto. So yeah. So these people learn to live in peace with the dragon, and there's fruit, there's like there's things for them to eat there. This is when Naruto. This is when Naruto says that instead of having just one person, like a person be having just like Naruto says he doesn't like he doesn't like the fact that there's no there's isn't really much common things in this village. Like he says, where you live, there's no royal things in it. There's just people who can become like the leader of the village every time the leader dies or gives up his position. Different people who aren't even related by blood. Hold on. Okay, guys, I am back, and well, where was I? So Naruto was basically telling them how there's no royalty, no one like Naruto is like, I will literally, I'm going to literally choose for you who I think should be your leader. As Naruto goes through all the people that was in the end with him, as he sees a little girl who is an orphan, as he picks her to be the leader of the Endermen. As you know, the Endermen, they kind of have immortality in a way, but they can die. They won't age, and they won't age. They can grow up, but they won't age. That's just it. And they can choose what age they want to be. So and even if they do die, they can just be reincarnated. So yeah, this is when we go to where it's outside of the end. As you guys know, there are there are a few people outside of the end, the as there are two guards, the best guards in the world, the best the best guards of the Endermen, who protect the end portal. They protect it just in case anyone wants to go in or come out. This is when Hashira, I mean not Hashira, dang it. This is when Hashirama and Madara, that's when they're born you know the fight between Madara and what was it? I forgot his name already, dang it. As that fight with Madara and Ha Ha the first Hokage happened. Hashirama, Hashirama. As that fight still happened, and this is when Hashirama is traveling around the world for the tail of the beast. As Hashirama heard that there's an 11-tailed beast, but there is no 10. Hashirama wanting to kind of know like who's the 10-tailed beast. Like, where is it? Where could it possibly be if there's a 11-tailed beast? This is when Hashirama is walking around as he wasn't really walking around, but he's walking around a forest with his guards, as he found what people call them the Ender Notches territory. They don't really they don't bother people. They don't really bother people, but over the time, Ender Notches, they can drink stuff, but if it's water, then you're basically giving them their weakness. Yeah, they can swim in water, but it's up to what type of water it is. So yeah. So Naruto is basically Hashirama has just found the Ender Notches base, well, clan base, as he sees a bunch of people with purple eyes, with purple eyes and stuff, and type of purple slit and all that stuff. As Hashirama asked if this tailed beast has ever done anything to you, as there is, as even if there even is a queen, there's still a clan head or a leader that is in the overworld, because Naruto's like, yeah, it's different out there, but in the end, it's different in here as well. As no, as Hashirama is like, how's this tailed beast treating you? As like, he's asking the people how is it treating you? He says like, oh, they're treating us fine. Like, he's the god. He's the one who gave us our powers. He basically, like, they're explaining everything to Hashirama, as Hashirama is surprised to hear that there's a good tailed beast. And I'll say, just for the heck of it, Madara was there because they made friends. I didn't want the fight to happen yet. Forget that I said about the fight. So yeah. So Madara and Hashira are surprised that like there's a tailed beast. That there's a tailed beast who can give you power. Like, there's a tailed beast that can give you power, and it also is nice. Like, it won't hurt you. It will literally, like, if it sees you as worthy, whatever, however you pronounce it, it will give you its power, you could say. As they asked the clan, if the clan head of the Ender Nurtures, if they can meet their highest rank, and clan head mentioned that other than the tailed beast, the 11 tails, it's the queen of the place, which she doesn't live here, but she's in the portal, and that's where she lives. As they go to the portal, as it's massive. The portal is what you can say gigantic. As Hashirama is looking through the portal, as it looks like, well, stars, like it looks like kind of beautiful, like it looks like a wave of ocean stars, basically. Like, mix the galaxy with the ocean, and that's how it looks like if you played Minecraft, basically. That's how it looks. As Naruto was like, as Hashira was kind of gulped, as he didn't see the other side of this place, no matter where he looked. They said that you just have to go through. As as this is when a certain person would go with them, as this is the clan's head daughter. As hold on, guys. So guys, this is what the clan head's daughter look like. This is her. Now, to many people, like she just doesn't have the horns and the tail, like minus the horns and the tail. But to other people, this girl would look beautiful in a way. So yeah. So yeah. This is when when they see the clan head's daughter, the Hashirama and Madara kind of like blush a bit. This is when she says, okay, let's go through the portal. Hold on, guys. Okay, guys, I am back. So Naruto has just felt 3 presents go through his portal. As the portal looks like, okay, guys, this is what the ender portal looks like on the inside. Like, while on the outside it looks strange, but on the inside it looks like this. So back to where the image I just was at. Sorry, guys. So Naruto sending 3 presents coming in through the portal that I just showed you. This is when since Madara and Hashirama went through that portal, they they start falling as as the portal was, kind of high. But this is when, like they think they're falling, but that's when they land on ground. As you know, they land on this sort of land that's sort of like land. This is when they see this is when they look around them, as they see giant towers with glowing orbs coming from them, as they also see dragons and floating islands, which they don't see in the overworld. As as the head of that clan says, this is what we call the end. As not as Hashirama asks, what do you mean by the end? As she says, that's just it. This place is the end. As not. This is when a few guards come, as they say, the queen said that she wishes to see you. As you know, they, as the head of that clan says, okay, as she starts to take Hashirama and Madara to basically where the queen is, as they go in the queen's castle, as they see, hold on. Okay guys, so this is what the queen looks like, I guess, because I couldn't really find another picture, I guess. So yeah, so this is what the queen looks like, with the horns and the wings and the tail. So yeah, as this is when seeing the queen, Hashirama and Madara nearly get a nosebleed, as you can see the giant blush on their face, but Hashirama is trying to remember that he's married already, and he's not like, he isn't going to do this. So yeah, this is when the queen is in her throne, as she says, why did you come here? This is when you know this is when Hashirama yells out, as he says as he says, we wished you, as he said, we wish for your clan to join our village, as he then bows down to the queen, and not like on one knee, but just bows, like that, as Madara does the same thing, because they're trying to not really see the queen in a sort of perverted way, you could say. This is when hold on guys. Okay guys, I am back. So this is when the queen chuckles a bit, as she says, raise your head, as they look up, but they aren't looking at her in the eyes, as she says, it's okay, you can look me in the eyes, I'm not going to do anything, I don't bite. As Madara says that's not why we're looking at you in a different way. We're just doing it in a way that we don't seem like, well, perverts. As this made the queen chuckle, as she said, it's okay. Plenty of people look at me, but I don't care. As they look at her in the eyes. It looks like she had a sort of seduced type look, as they quickly look away. This is when Naruto This is when Naruto, who was behind the queen, opens his eyes as he looks at Madara and Hashirama as they see the giant tailed beast that they didn't even know was a tailed beast. Like, they didn't know it was a tailed beast. They just thought it was a regular black wall. Like, they thought the queen was like just behind a black wall until they noticed the big giant eye. As Naruto says, "Why are you here?" As you know, they kind of get scared looking at Naruto's eyes as they as the queen says, "There's nothing." As the queen says, "Don't worry, there's nothing to worry about. They're just here to ask if my clan would like to join their village." As Naruto looks down at her as he says, then what is your choice?" As as the queen says, I think I'll let some of my people join. As they, as Hashirama says, "Thank you to both of you." This is when, I would say, I guess you can say, Naruto then says, "Fine then, if that's your wish, I'm going back to sleep." You know, as the queen says, "Oh, okay, Dad." As they were surprised to hear the queen call, this person their dad. Just to let y'all know, like, the queen that I told y'all about, who was a child, she grew up, and she no longer, and she met someone she liked, had kids, her kids had kids, so yeah, basically been few years as the queen now isn't, as the queen now is Madara age, when, as the queen now is 100 years old, the queen I'm talking about, as and Madara, Naruto, he isn't really the queen's father. She just looks up to him as one because he's where their power came from. As Madara says, wait, that's your dad? As he says, well, not biologically. As the queen says, well, not biologically, not my father, but in a way he is. He's like a father figure to me, you could say. As as this is when, Madara is holding on to his chest as he says, "Phew." So that's what Madara and Hashirama do, as they were thinking that they were asking the queen's permission if they can have their clan be put in their village without the king's permission. So yeah. So this is when the queen sends a few of this is when she sends a few of the people that live in the end, as the people that live in the end, they can listen, the people that live in the end, they are going to be the main members of the house. But the people who are like the royal guards, who, like, you could say, like, the third royal guard, like the general, him, basically, because they have a few generals, as he's the third best general, as he will be the royal of, as he will be known as the royal of the end country, and after leave, like, it will be royal, main members, and branch members. as the queen also says, the people who don't live in the end, they are going to be the branch members, but they will still be treated respectfully as some servants, as some of them will be servants and some of them will also be, normal branch members. This is when, it's a few years, like 3 years, and the end people are living in Konoha. The tallest building other than the Hokage Tower is the end tower, where where the royal, where the is where the royal end castle is. As you know, this is when the fight between Madara and Hashira happens. As that happens in the same way it does, the war happens with some of the Ender people, the Ender Noches, joining the fight. Hold on, guys. So I had to respond to that quick text, guys. Sorry about that. So Naruto, you know, is Naruto, who is still in the end. This is when he sends the tailed beast being sealed. As Naruto gets up, as the queen says, "What's happening? What's happening, Dad?" As hold on, guys. Okay, guys, I am back. So where I was leaving off. Hold on, I need to check the door because someone might be there. Okay, no one's there. So Naruto, who is with his Naruto, who is with his with the queen, as he said to her that he's going to the other tailed beast to see what's happening. As Naruto goes to the portal, as he then appears in front of half of the clan people, as he starts walking. This is when he walks around, as Hashirama then confronts him, as he says, "Okay, guys, I am back." So Naruto is with so Naruto is confronted by Hashirama, as he says, "Sorry, Naruto, but I have to seal you away." As when Hashirama sends Naruto, seeing how he met him before, he knows who he was immediately, as he brought like a little tiny child with him, as he was ready to seal Naruto inside of this child. As Naruto didn't really do anything to stop it because he wanted to see. Okay, guys, I'm back. So as I was saying, Naruto wasn't fighting back because Naruto isn't a human. Naruto is a tailed beast. He wanted to know what was he doing with this child. So this is when he sealed the 11 tails inside the child. As Naruto, not knowing what the frick just happened, starts yelling, "Where the heck am I?" He's like, Naruto is yelling, "Where am I?" And what am I going to do in this forward place? This is when Naruto closes his eyes, as the baby has its eyes open, as Naruto sees what just happened, and he's hearing it too. As he's being told to Hashirama that he sealed the 11 tails inside this child, and that he was able to create a seal from the Ender Noches to seal him. As they didn't want to tell. Well, this baby, it was an Ender Noche baby because they said that even if you were to seal the 11 tails inside a person, then it would have to be an Ender Noche baby because no human can hold him. So yeah. So seeing how that was the problem there, my Hashram was like, yeah, then I gotta get a baby then. As he took someone's, well, not someone, this baby was an orphan. He took it from the orphanage as he sealed it inside, and as he sealed Naruto inside the Endernorch baby. Now I'm going to drink my Uchiha drink, so yeah. Okay guys, I'm back. So Naruto is now so Naruto now is now realizing that he got sealed inside an Endernorch baby. And Naruto knows that this seal that he placed on him, it's a powerful seal that he can't get out of. Like no matter how hard he tries, he won't be getting out anytime soon. So yeah. This is when it's Naruto has been seeing what this baby has been going through. As when he brung it to like back to the orphanage and told basically the orphanage and all of Konoha what happened, as they said that the 11 tails isn't like the other tailed beast, and that it's nice, and that basically it will grant you power. As basically everyone started to, well, suck up to the Jinchuriki of Naruto, as you know, as they called the 11 tails the, I don't know what they would call the 11 tailed beast, but I'll guess they call it, but they call it the, I'll say they call it the Abram. Yeah, that's what they call the 11 tailed beast, because that's the first thing that came to my mind. The Abram. The El no the Hashun. Yeah, they'll call it the Hashun beast. As but it will be known as the 11 tailed beast. So yeah. This is when Naruto Naruto's looking, as he sees that this boy is being, well, like people are, like some people, it's a very tiny few people who suck up to this kid. Like they basically pray for him and, you know, do things, and that's only like that's only the orphanage people. Like it's 10 people who basically see him as a hero, but the rest of the village, they they see him as, you know, they see him as, they like the Jinchuriki of Naruto. His name is, well, Nick, because that's another name that just came to my mind, as Naruto sees Nick being, well, neglected by you know, these people, as the 10 people who did care about Nick, who was Hashirama, and you know Tobirama, and the orphanage people, they died because, you know, old age and stuff, and, you know, war kind of. So yeah, as Nick had no one, everyone was being, well, mean to him, as Nick was, you know, was on the mission, as people, as Nick was on the mission with you know, his team, as he's on a team with with Minato, the ramen guy, and, well, yeah, himself. That's basically the team that, well, Team 7, kind of. As Naruto's watching as time go past for his Jinchuriki. as his clan heard what happened, but over the years they like stopped caring, and Naruto, like, he saw that over the years, since they've been in Konoha for so long, they stopped believing that they got power from, well, from, I'll say, the 11-tailed beast. And this did kind of make Naruto mad, but he kind of gets it. Like, of course it will be be a long time. Like, it's been a long time. They haven't really seen the 11-tailed beast or his power or what they're capable of. Okay, guys, I am back. So, Naruto is now. So Naruto is watching his tailed beast as he sees his tailed beast, as Naruto sees his Jinchuriki, as his Jinchuriki is, he has a family. Like, he has a family, and this family is, it isn't in his clan, but like, this family that he has, he isn't a part of his clan. He's a part of, well, he's a part of the person that Nick decided to marry was a person. It was a person from the Uchiha clan. It wasn't Makoto. It was just a random Uchiha. Okay. Nah, this person. It was This person. It was Shushui's mom. Yeah, that's who it was. It was Shushui's mom. You could say the person that he decided to marry. I don't know if Shushui and and Makoto, I don't know if they're related or not. I forgot. But if they are, then oh well. I'm not going to make. If they are related, then I'm not going to make them related anymore. So yeah. So Shushui, who is half Endernorch and also half Uchiha, like, when Fugaku saw that Shushui was, half Endernorch, the only thing that went through his mind was new Sharingan or more power more power for for basically his plan for the coup d'etat, as that's what you saw it as. This is when the Nine Tails attack happens, as as you know as Minato is fighting off the Nine Tails, as Minato does survive, but in the Nine Tails attack, Nick died, and as soon as he died, the seal was unleashed. The seal was, like, unleashed. It was unleashed, and now, now they have to face the 11 Tails. When Minato noticed this and saw that a chakra started to reform, as it formed into a 11-tailed beast, as as Minato, as Naruto seen Konoha, he roared, and he roared because he hasn't scratched his body in a while. And this war, like, the roar that Naruto did, it extinguished the fire. Like, the fire that was all around the village, it extinguished it. But people were scared because, it was the 11-tailed beast. Like, what was you expecting? It's stronger than the 9 tails even. As when this is when Minato, who had 2 children, yeah, and I'm going to call them, I got this name from Anime King, so yeah, go down, so go look him up, and he's actually a good, YouTuber. Anime King is, kind of a good YouTuber, as Minato sees the 11-tailed beast as Minato. He does know, since he's the Hokage, he knows the Elder Norch's sealings. Like, he knows their type of sealing, and he knows how to seal the 11-tailed beast. So this is when the 11-tailed beast is born, he sees that, great, now I don't just have to split the 9 tails and seal. I don't have to seal the 9 tails just inside my son, but also have to seal the 11 tails inside of my son or daughter. As one of the names was, the name for the boy, his name was Koji, and the other one her name was Mito. That's what her name was. As Naruto, as Minato started to do the sealing, as Naruto knew this, still didn't do anything because he doesn't care if he gets sealed or not. Naruto could care less. This is when Naruto laid down on the floor as Minato stopped doing the sealing that he was doing. As Jiraiya, Tsunade, and the third Hokage, Hiruzen, are like, what the living is going on? Like, that was going through their mind. Like, why isn't he attacking the village? Why isn't he doing anything? Like, he's just laying there. This is when, like, Naruto, he kind of had his eyes closed for, like, kind of a while. This is when Minato goes up to the 11-tailed beast as Naruto, sensing Minato's presence, quickly opens his eye as Minato gets scared as he yells. As Naruto says, "Human, what do you wish to do?" As Minato, kind of shaking in fear, looking into Naruto's eyes, as he says, I was going to seal you. As Kushina, she's half like Ender Norch, I'll say. Like, yes, Kushina is half Ender Norch and also half Uzumaki, so yeah. So Naruto is like, seal me, huh? And who? As Minato said, my children. As as Naruto chuckled and said, "Are you joking? My last Jinchuriki, he was at least strong. Who are you even?" This is when Minato says, "I'm Minato Namikaze, the fourth Hokage." As Naruto says, "The fourth Hokage, huh? Well, fourth Hokage, you better be strong or else that child of yours is going to die as soon as you seal me." As Minato doesn't really want to see one of his kids die, so this is when he continued the seal as he grabs the soul of the 11-tailed beast, because like Koji, he looked more Ender Norch than he did, Koji, he looked more Ender Norch than he honestly did as a human. Like, he does look like a human, but he has more of the Ender Norch side. Like Kushina has red hair, but her eyes are purple. Like her eyes are purple in a way, so yeah. This is when Minato seals the soul inside of his daughter Mito. As Mito started laughing, because when when you well when you have when you have Naruto, the 11th tail sealed inside of you, it's like you feel warmth. Like you feel warmth, and it's like you're holding a nice cup, a nice warm cuddly bear. Like it's fluffy, and it just feels like you're hugging it. Like that's how it feels when you're like that's how it feels when it gets when Naruto gets sealed inside you, basically, as the 11-tailed beast. But when you but when it gets when Naruto gets unsealed, like when Naruto comes out, you just feel a burst of pleasure, like basically horny type of pleasure. Basically, that's how you feel when Naruto is extracted out of you, because it's like Naruto is a part of your body, basically. But seeing how seeing how like Naruto was technically is a part of your body and also isn't, since like Naruto, I mean Mito got the got Naruto's soul sealed inside of her. He Since Naruto got the soul, I mean Mito got the soul sealed inside of her. She she is more linked with Naruto than she already was, as as you know as Naruto getting his soul taken away, just shrugged it off, as the only thing Naruto did was shake his body a little bit. Didn't do that much. That's all he honestly did. This is when this is when you know when this is when this is when Minato says, "I'm going to seal you too, okay?" As he says, as Naruto says, "Nah." As you know, as Minato looks at him with as as Minato looks at him with like a type of face, as he's like, "Huh? What?" Like Naruto says, "I'm not gonna get sealed again." As he goes into a human form, which is this, as you know, as Naruto says, as Naruto, who has clothes on, as this is his human form, as Tsunade, since she was there seeing Naruto turn into this form, as she had a nosebleed because, in her opinion, Naruto is, well, hot in a way. This is when Naruto is, this is when Naruto says, "Listen, I'm going to reincarnate myself as a baby. I will have no memory of when I was a tailed beast or basically anything. I'll just be normal." As he says, "Your job is, well, to take care of me. If you if you do and fail this, then you and every village around will have to suffer." That felt nice, guys. As you know, as Minato says, "Okay," as Naruto, runs through some hand signs, and he is now a baby. As you know, but before that, like Naruto "Oh, like once you like if me if Mito ever had like the nine tails extract from her, she will feel a burst of pleasure." Like he basically say it's a type of horny type of pleasure in a way. So now so now Naruto is big. So um now now well, Minato was wondering what the frick did he just do to his daughter, as like he's wondering like what did he do to his daughter, as he's wondering what will his daughter end up in the future, as he thinks of his daughter Mito in the future as well. How can I put this? Hmm. A hoe. Yeah, that's what he sees her as, a hoe. As you know, as Minato smacks his face as he runs through some hand signs, seals more of Naruto's power because he doesn't want, just in case Naruto goes out of control, to be, well, you know, you know, when he goes out of control, he doesn't want him to like destroy the village on accident. So yeah. So so basically, yeah, this is when we have a time skip, as when Minato did explain who the three children was. The people of the village were mad, especially about, well, Naruto, as as Kushina said, shut the F up, and if you don't deal with it, this whole village is going to feel my wrath. As they didn't want to feel the wrath of, well, the Red Death. Well, they call her the red purple-eyed death, because if you run into Kushina, that means you're going to see purple eyes, and then you're going to be dead. That's it. So yeah, this is when Naruto, who was one of when Naruto, who was about 3 at the time, he asks, he goes to Minato and well says, Dad, what are you doing? How can I please get a new jutsu to learn? As Naruto was begging Minato, basically his adopted father, if he can learn a new jutsu. As Naruto, he was wearing a gray shirt and black shorts and black shorts, and also wearing black sandals. As he also had yellow eyes and a type of black and gray hair. As Minato says, fine, Naruto, but as Minato says, okay, Naruto, but after you learn the new jutsu, are you going to promise me that you're going to go to sleep after this? Because it's kind of late at night. It's not like daytime, because we had a time skip. As Naruto says, fine. This is when Minato teaches Naruto a jutsu, as he goes to the Naruto clan, and he teaches, and he asks the head of the clan, forgot his name, Shikamaru's dad, forgot his name, Shikaku, I just remembered it, Shikaku. He asked him if he asked him if, well, if he can, he asked if he can teach Naruto the shadow possession jutsu. As he taught him this, as Naruto learns pretty fast, like how Minato does. As even though Shikaku knew that it was the 11-tailed beast, and he had no ears or like type of 11 tails like that, he knows that this kid is something else. So, so he taught him the jutsu, and and yeah, this is when Naruto went to bed early this time, as it's the next day. Now that it's the next day, the Mito, I forgot his name, Koji, and Naruto were training. As they were training, Naruto like did the shadow possession jutsu that Shukaku taught him. Said and to Menma and Koji, as as now Naruto said, I win. As as Koji said, no you didn't, you cheated. What, using whatever jutsu that was. As Naruto said, no I didn't. As Koji started chasing around Naruto. As Naruto started, dodging and weaving Koji, and Mito, she was also running after Naruto. As this is when, they were then playing their game of tag. As Fugaku went, they were in the park playing, playing and also training at the same time. As as you know, as they were in the park until the rest of Konoha 12, which I guess will be now 13, I guess. Yeah, I think it's 13. So, they all start playing with each other. They start playing tag and all that, minus Gaara, Tamari, and Kankura, I guess. And kind of a bunch of other people, in a way. Some people who are like Konoha 12 who are in the Leaf Village, like Choji, Shikamaru, Ino, Sakura, Sasuke, all of them. So yeah. So this is where I'm going to, leave off the video. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.